Now my lights aren't working. What the crap? Oh, okay, I see what's going on. Today, apparently, we do not bleed metal. Apparently. Let's see if we can't get a couple things set up here. Oh, that's not going to work out for me favorably at all. And what about this? So you guys have heard like a couple of notes. Isn't that exciting? And I've been doing this for 20 minutes now. Excellent. Okay. Just got to go over my little checklist here. Okay, broadcast software is open, recording software is open, notation software is open, light software is open, screen software is open, camera software is open, my cameras are on, my fog machine is on, I got my sunglasses on, even though it's dark in this room. Okay, checklist complete. All right. So for those of you who are actually with me here, thank you very much for hanging on. I do not normally actually start 20 minutes freaking late. That is a thing I'm typically quite significantly against. So I'm going to skip this song because I want to punch this song in the face now. So I'm going to skip to a different song. And we're going to do that. Okay. So today we're going to start with what is this song called here? Contentless Cognition. So for those of you who may not be familiar with me, I am the Mad Poet, and we are playing my 7th album today called Parentheticals. Normally by this point I would be quite deep into the show, but I'm just getting started because, well, I've been kind of a knob this morning and a whole bunch of stuff was not working correctly. I did get everything figured out, so kind of jumping in part way through here. All right, what do we got here? We're going to do some G minor. Okay, about 115 beats a minute or thereabouts. Let's see how this works. Welcome to the show. Okay, it looks like we might actually have a show going here, gang. Looks like I might actually have some viewers in my show, which is just crazy because, that may be one of like my 3 roughest starts of all time. I've been doing this for about 1.5 years now. That was a rough one. Okay. Breathe, Randy. I haven't even had any water yet today. Rolling though. We're rolling. Okay. So we're playing Parentheticals. This is my 7th album. So from way back. This has been out for a few years now. And on every album, as many of my regular viewers know, I dedicate a song to someone. And this is really one of the more important song dedications that I've done. And what we're about to play is actually the first song on the album. I typically start this song somewhere other than song 1 just because of this dedication. Because this one needs to be spoken about a little bit. It's really important. And this is going out to my buddy John Stevenson. John, I don't know if you're watching. Man, I hope you're doing awesome if you're out there. So John is the reason that I made so much music. The story goes, I was doing a series of shows at a local coffee shop. And I would take my red guitar that you can hardly see because I blew way too much smoke into the room. And I would just kind of sit in the corner, play guitar a bit, just light kind of improvisational chords, jazzy-ish kind of stuff. Nothing special going. A few people would come in, just kind of hang out and watch and listen. And John would often come along. So one day John says, "Hey Randy," after a show, he didn't do it in the middle of the show. He says, "Hey, I dare you to sing a Taylor Swift song at one of your shows here." I'm like, "Okay, pick a song." So he didn't think I was serious at first, but he ended up saying, "Okay, Teardrops on My Guitar." So through this dare that John did, I ended up setting up my own version of Teardrops on My Guitar. And because of the equipment that I had to bring in and work with to do that show, that led to this basically process that I worked out for myself to make a lot of music. And that's where all of these albums came from. That's all because of that one dare from John. So this becomes pretty much, like I said, the most important song dedication that I've done, just because if it weren't for John, we probably wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't have all these albums. I never would have thought to get on to Twitch, which would not have led me to the rest of the sites that I stream on and all of the fun stuff that I've done with this. So 64 albums, 63 of which probably would not have happened without John. This is a very important song dedication. Let's get right to it. So, John Stevenson, my friend, I hope you're out there. This song is called The First Excursus. I gotta make sure I'm set up correctly because things get weird now. And now what's going on with my lights? Okay. Apparently we're not bleeding metal today. We're bleeding technical difficulties is what we're doing. I'm going to lose my voice for a second here. Okay. I may just be on track now for if there's anyone out there whose ears are still on the system. And you know, I'm going to skip this song because I just, I'm not feeling this one. Maybe the 8 o'clock show will go better. But I'm going to jump up to right here. And where in the hell's my mouse at? Now, there we go. Now I should be able to just play the album from here, and we'll see how things work out. Time shall tell. Intriguing. Okay. Whew. Definitely one of my rougher shows. Which makes my next song title very appropriate. I'm just going to jump straight into it. Don't have anything witty to say right now. This song is called Failure to Reconcile. might actually be on track. I don't want to guarantee anything right now because this is one of those shows where guarantees are just a bad idea. Just a really, really bad idea. But there's one thing I can guarantee. It's that, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the G sharp minor portion of the show. You are welcome. That at least we're getting, unless everything shuts down right now, we're at least going to get to the G sharp minor portion. Let's jump into it before anything can go wrong. This is one of my better song titles. This is called An Elegant Expression of Hatred. Xena Queen, thanks for the comment. That actually makes me feel a lot better about this. There was a part of me that just kind of wanted to shut the stream down because it has been so brutally fraught with technical difficulties that I was like, this isn't even worth doing. So you have also lifted my day up. Thank you very much for that. We can work together on that one, Xena. We can absolutely work together on that one. Happy to. All right. Moving on along. Whew, we've got through the G sharp minor. We've got a few songs left here, so a little more than halfway through. And actually, that puts us just about on track time-wise, even though I got started 20 minutes late because I just skipped a few songs. Still happy I did that. That worked out for me. We'll try to get the whole album in tonight on the 8 o'clock set and see if that works. So, all right. So we got our G sharp minor taken care of. Let's drop down a couple frets. A little F sharp minor. This piece is called Hanging by a Thread. It's a shame Doc isn't here right now because, as a moderator, he loves banning people who make comments like that. I mean, he genuinely enjoys that. He loves typing that /ban command into these websites, and well, probably a bot anyway. Doesn't matter. Sorry, Doc. Wish you were here. Ah, yes. We're gonna keep cranking along in our sharps side of the circle of fifths. We did a little G sharp minor, knocked off 2 sharps, went to F sharp minor. We're gonna put 1 sharp back in, head up to C sharp minor, which is probably one of my favorite keys to play in. In some ways, I think I like that better than G sharp minor. Most rock guitars typically played in a lot of like E minor and A minor, just because they're really very convenient keys on the guitar. But you find yourself kind of needing to, when you move into these other keys, you kind of have to think differently about how you approach your scales and approach your positions on the guitar, which makes it really nice. And I like that. I like having to kind of have a little thought going on while I'm playing, which is perfectly appropriate for the title of the next song, which is called I Had a Thought. Just one. Okay. I'm finally getting. It's when things go like technical difficulty crazy right at the beginning of a show, it tends to kind of just throw you off track for a while. I feel like I'm just kind of getting on track here. The show's starting to work, and now that the show's getting on track, we're kind of moving in toward the end of it. But I do have another show tonight of the same album at 8 o'clock p.m. in the Pacific time zone, so about 7 hours from now. I'll be able to redeem myself and try this. It does happen. You are absolutely correct, Zena. That's part of the gig. You know, that's where, when you're doing this as a streamer, usually it's just you. It's just the one person. And so something technical goes wrong. It's like there's no one else to run around behind the scenes and fix it. It's all on the individual. So I'm willing to take that responsibility on, even if it sometimes leads me to some wonky shows. But I think we've made the best of this one. We're doing okay here. We are doing all right. So what do we got? What do we got coming up here? 2 more songs. So for anyone who may be coming in a bit after the fact, I'm the Mad Poet. We do these shows every Friday at noon and 8. And today we're playing my 7th album. I have a total of 64. This album is called Parentheticals. It's got 10 songs on it. We got 2 left to go. So we're moving into song number 9, which is in D minor. And that song is called That Depends on You. so moving in on the last song of the evening here. Obscure Mysticism Cults, hail! And welcome to the show. We're kind of moving in on the last song here, but thank you very much for coming in. Thank you all for coming in and watching, for listening, for smelling my show. Awesome. Oh, those are on my chat box. The background is a kind of a dark blue, so sometimes my usernames that I see or the icons don't show up. So those are, I'm just seeing now there's some hearts on there I didn't see earlier. So thank you. All right. So this last song, I am a big fan of a band called Kamelot. Metal fans may be familiar. For those unfamiliar, Kamelot is with a K, Kamelot. And they are just an absolutely spectacular prog metal band, power metal band, however you want to look at it. I've seen them live a couple of times. And, hey! Hans is here! Hans has been wanting to see my show for ages. Unfortunately, he's in a time zone that makes it very unfriendly for my later shows. Hans and I met on Discord, on the Ola England Discord, and he is a very cool guy, fellow guitar player, very cool. It's great to have you here, Hans. You're coming in at a good time, song-wise, but a bad time show-wise, because this is the last song of the show. But yes, Kamelot. I'm a huge fan, and I've seen him a couple times live. I actually got to meet him once. A friend of mine bought us some meet and greet tickets, and so yeah, awesome band. And this last song is kind of a musical tribute, call out to Kamelot. I just kind of wrote. And kind of a Kamelot feel in this, because they've got such a great upbeat, driving feel to so much of their music, and I love Kamelot. They're so good. All right, so on this one, I gotta reiterate thanks to John Stevenson, for the gentleman I dedicated a song to on this album, for giving me the dare that led to all of the music that I wrote. John's just an awesome guy. Of course, thank you to everyone who comes into my shows. Thank you to Kamelot for inspiration, and so many other bands, but that's just kind of who got recognized in today's bit. Let's jump on into it. This last song of the afternoon is called A Final Divagation. right, gang, we actually made it through the show. Crazy technical difficulties at the beginning of it, but we got here. That is the end. Thank you all so much for coming into the show. This was a lot of fun. I had a great time. I hope you had a great time too, watching, listening, smelling. I am the Mad Poet. You are an audience. I will be back in about 6 hours and 40 minutes doing the same album, wearing an entirely different purple shirt, because that is what we do here at the Mad Poet Society. You guys have a great day, night, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are.